Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litza, and today you're probably wondering, why does she look like a character out of Little House on the Prairie? Well, I'm actually not. I'm wearing this little hat to get me in the mood because our friend Rose over at Rose Likes Crochet tagged me in her Summer Fun 2024 tag. Now at first I thought, summer, what's that? And then I thought, that's a little bit mean, Rose, considering down here in the southern hemisphere we've been experiencing so much rain and cold weather that I had to really think about what summer was all about. But I once again thought, no way am I going to let my friend Rose down. I am definitely going to take this challenge on. But I had to wait for a beautiful sunny day to get in the mood like today, and the sun is shining, so I thought I'd put on my little bucket hat because this reminds me of summer, especially these bright happy colors. And what topped it all off for me today, which I thought was a definite sign that I must get on today and share, was this gorgeous card. I was in the shops this morning and it just caught my eye, and I could not think of any better day than to show you this than on this summer tag. And how happy do they all look? And this just screams summer to me. So let's get started. As I said, our friend Rose started this tag about a week ago. She did tag me, which was awesome. Thank you so much, Rose. We got to hear all her answers. So if you haven't already heard her answers, pop across to her channel and have a little listen, so you'll get to learn a little bit more about her. And this way we get to share some of, more things that we like about summer that you may not already know. And I love listening, of course, to everybody's contribution to these tags, and including you guys. If you want to pop them down in the comments down below, I'd love to know what your answers to these 10 questions. Now, I do have my clipboard as always, guys, and I hope this time I stick to the script, because somehow I always manage to miss out on a question here or there. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. I'll do my very best to answer these. So the first question is, what are your favorite summer activities? And the only thing that could come to mind to me, which is a bit more unique to summer than any other time of the year, is that of an evening as the sun sets and we've pretty much done all our chores for the day, instead of just plonking ourselves in front of the TV, as you do, in the winter months, definitely to get cozy and warm, we like to drive to our local beach, which is only about 10 minutes away, which is really, really nice. And we just stroll across, the promenade, is that the word, or down by the water on the sand. And it's actually really nice and cool and refreshing, because that breeze off the water hits you compared to the hot, humid days that we experience here in Sydney, Australia. And of course, 9 out of 10 times we do pass by the local ice cream shop and buy a nice ice cream treat. So that's what I really enjoy doing as a summer activity, which we don't really do any other time of the year. Number 1, tick, done. Number 2, what is your favorite summer food? Now, I had to smile when I think of Rose's answer. So we do barbecue a lot during the summer. So Rose, I just like to say that I would gladly throw another shrimp on the barbie for you. So you're welcome anytime to join us. Now, the other thing that I really enjoy about summer, so with the barbecue, we put meats on like sausages, souvlaki, chops and things like that. But I also love that we can have an abundance of summer salads and fruit, which is always really, really nice and refreshing. And it's also very satisfying, at that time of the year when it's hot, you don't really want heavy meals. So there's some of my favorite summer foods. Now, number 3, it says here, do you celebrate any holidays during summer? And yes, we do. We're very lucky. We get to celebrate Christmas and New Year, which is so wonderful for us. We have the perfect weather for it. Generally, we do, have a barbecue lunch with our family and friends. And, Christmas Eve, generally with the fireworks, is a very nice night for it too. And, going into the city or just staying at home and watching it, it's always amazing. So we do get to celebrate 2 wonderful holidays during the summer period, or season, or holidays. Now, number 4 is, what do you do for summer vacation? Now, again, Rose and I have something in common, which I guess a lot of us do. We have staycations for the last few years. I guess at one stage we really didn't have a choice, did we, guys, with the world shutting down for a little while. But before that, and I think it was 2018, the last holiday that Steve and I went on our own. Previous to that, it was always with the children. And for some reason here in Australia, children love the Gold Coast. It's got all the theme parks and they absolutely love it. But we went a few holidays on our own as the children grew up, and the last one I remember was going to Tassie or Tasmania, and it was an amazing holiday. So if any of you get the opportunity, whether you live in Australia or you're from overseas and you get the opportunity to go to Tasmania, you will not be disappointed. That's where I got to hold a seahorse. We went to the seahorse farm. There's a beautiful lavender farm there. The food is ridiculous. There's I think, is it called the Salamanca markets? Because we did Launceston and Hobart. I think the first casino in Australia is there as well, and so many other things. So we were tourists in our own country, not just our own city, and I absolutely loved it. So that's what we have been trying to do the last few years, Steve and I, to see more of Australia. And the last place we went to was Tasmania, and another one I highly recommend, guys. I'm like an ad for Australian tourism. The Great Ocean Road. Before everything crumbles and falls along the way, please go and have a look. Absolutely amazing. We did it in 3 days, not just one drive. 3 nights and 3 days, 2 nights. It was amazing, beautiful. That's what we've done for our vacations of late, but lately staycations. Now, number 5, what is your favorite smell of summer? And Rose, again, as you were saying your answer, I was thinking of the exact same thing. I love the smell of summer rain. So when we've had a sun shower and those big raindrops hit the ground and the steam comes up, you can almost see it, but you definitely can smell it. I don't know, is it the concrete or the cement, the road? That smell always brings me back to my childhood, and I absolutely love that smell. And our friend Mary over at Slow Crochet, she actually named it. I didn't realize there was a name for it. Of course there is. I cannot say it, but I thought you might all be interested in knowing that the word is Petrichor. I couldn't say that to save my life, but that's the word that describes that smell. How awesome is that, guys? I would think that would be a smell that brings back a lot of memories for a lot of us. I don't think it's just unique to myself or Rose for that matter, or even Mary. So I wonder how many of you love that smell as well. So that is definitely my favorite smell of summer. Now, number 6, any special summer weather like storms or things like that? Not that I can actually think of here in Sydney where I live, but I must say that when we get very, very hot days, and we do experience quite a few of those, by the end of the day, there's going to be a thunderstorm, and 9 out of 10 there is. And on occasion, we even get hail. Now, hail is like, those big balls or smaller balls of ice, in case someone doesn't know. Oh, I don't know why I thought that might be a thing. But yeah, so I can't really think that we get anything other than that. So we're very lucky, I guess, really. Now, number 7, was that 6? Yes. Number 7 is where is where is your favorite place to cool off in summer? Now, when the children were little, again, we used to have an above ground pool, and although I'm not a swimmer, the kids loved it in there, our children. So I would occasionally hop in there with them and walk around, when they were little, and supervise and what have you. But ever since they've grown up, so maybe in the last 10 years, we haven't had a pool, but we bought ourselves a jacuzzi or a hot tub. Now, the children and ourselves have enjoyed many hours in there, and I actually love it in there. I know you're all probably thinking, but a hot tub is hot, Litza. Yes, it is, but when you're in there, I love the bubbles, I love the whole experience, and when you come out, you feel so cool and refreshed. And the great thing is, in summer, by the evenings, it's cooled down slightly, so you feel it even more, compared to if you try to hop in there in winter, because you think winter would be better because it's hot in there. No, let me tell you, when you come out and you're trying to dry off, horrible. So I actually really enjoy jumping into the jacuzzi in the summertime and actually cooling off. So number 8, do you go to outdoor concerts or outdoor events? Generally, no, not really the last few years, but I do have a great memory when I was a teenager, and this went on for quite a few years, and maybe a lot of Sydney-siders might relate to this as well, or recall if you're my generation. So back in the 80s, we used to all roller skate, and at our opera house, there is a huge like area around it where there's shops and all the stairs and like where you can eat. and the whole area where you can roller skate. It's all beautifully paved and what have you. And we'd go with our parents, and then as older teenagers and young adults on our own. And you could roller skate there. And every New Year's Eve, there was a huge free outdoor concert. And I remember how much fun we'd have going to that with our friends. And it was always such a chilled vibe. There was never any drama. And, you know, I wish that they had events like that now, where the whole community would get together. And like I said, there'd be no drama. It was all for free. And everyone had a great time. And it was a really nice way to bring in the new year as well. So that's number 8. We're up to number 9, powering on to number 10. So do you play summer sport? I really had to laugh out loud at this one, guys. I do not play sport any time of the year. I'm not a sporty person. The closest thing to sport I can do is 10-pin bowling. And I do really enjoy 10-pin bowling, but it's definitely not an outdoorsy or a summer sport. And as I said, I'm not very sporty. I don't swim, I don't bike ride. Not that I wasn't given the opportunities growing up. My dad taught both my sisters to swim. I was just, I guess, a scaredy cat. And as far as riding a bike, the closest thing I got to was a tricycle. So yeah, no, not an outdoorsy person. Definitely don't do sport. Number 9, and last but not least, guys, number 12, what are your favorite fashion trends? Now, those of you who know me know I'm definitely not a fashionista, and I have no issue with that at all. So my favorite thing about summer, though, is I have to say that you can just pop on a frock or a dress and some sandals or flip-flops or slides, whatever you want to call them, and you're done. You're actually dressed for the day, and it is awesome, and it is so freeing and so light. And I also love the fact that all of our fashion choices in summer, when it's time to wash them, they dry very, very quickly. So I hope that answers number 10 for you, Rose. So that's it, guys. I managed to answer all those questions, and I don't think I missed any. I have to say thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing my answers as well. It has been a lot of fun, let me tell you. And these tags are always, you know, nice to listen to and nice to take part in. They do get you thinking, because we just live our lives, don't we, guys? And we don't actually stop to think of what we're doing while we're doing it. So sometimes, you know, it's a little bit confronting when someone says do this tag. Well, that's how I feel, because I think, oh my gosh, what am I doing through summer, for example? And then when you get to write it down, you think, oh, wow, I'm actually having a good time and enjoying life, which is wonderful. So I hope you're all keeping very, very well. I will get out of my little bucket hat now and go back to being Litza 2024, not Litza from Little House on the Prairie. And I shall see you all very, very soon. But until then, please take care. Bye-bye, everyone.